welcome back to the Youtini Show, your one-stop shop for all things going on in Star Wars. I'm Eric here tonight with Wes, and we got a lot of Comic-Con action coming your way. Leia and Rey are off on a new adventure together. Star Wars is about to get its first ever romance novel. The High Republic is officially back, while Jar Jar is teaming up with himself, and Empire revealed the best Star Wars character of all time. But what do we think about that? Well, to start us out tonight, we're going into the biggest announcement from the Star Wars Publishing panel at New York Comic-Con, Star Wars Legacy. Believe it or not, we haven't seen Rey star in an adult Star Wars novel in, well, ever. But that stops next year. Author Madeline Rue will take Rey and Leia Organa on a quest to mend the Skywalker saber, where they'll learn even more about the Force and each other along the way. So, Wes, as the #1 Rey fan, what do you think about this potential new legacy and Rey finally starring in a book?
Yeah, did she not star or was part of Resistance Reborn? I mean,
so
kind of.
briefly. She on the cover, like, it was like
she's on the
Poe's
cover,
big
so I
face,
figured,
and then she's like, Rey.
No, yeah, this is awesome because
not a Rey book. This is a Rey book, though.
Yeah, we didn't really get a lot of her backstory of how she was training with Leia in between episodes 8 and 9. So
we sure didn't.
Yeah, it was just like it was just here. It was the beginning. We got about 7 minutes of maybe less than that of her, like just the opening montage scene of her training, and that was kind of it. And then she like confided in Leia, and that way we knew she was like her master. But yeah, I'm glad to see this, so we can kind of flesh out some of the stuff that we were questioning, I guess, going into the Rise of Skywalker.
Exactly, and of course, in the real world, we can acknowledge that the Rise of Skywalker happened that way because they chose to film around footage from Carrie Fisher, because Carrie Fisher obviously tragically passed away before that could be filmed. So that movie originally was going to be very different. But that being said, it still, like you said, meant that we did not get a lot of interplay between Rey and Leia. We just got told, oh, by the way, they're actually really tight now. And oops, I guess, it doesn't work now. So, okay. Now, though, we're going to get a book that has Leia. It has Rey. It has all the pages we need, all the dialogue we need, because it's all in a book. And they're going to go on this quest to go mend the Skywalker saber, which was another part of the movie that a lot of people were confused by.
Right.
Because there's this huge moment at the end of The Last Jedi where, oh no, the saber is broken in half. And then beginning episode 9, she's like, oh, I put a piece of leather on it. It's good. It's good to go.
Just cinched it in there, and that's how electronics work.
That's done. We did it. Huzzah!
I used the Force.
Used the Force. So I will say that we did get a full synopsis of it, so I'll go over that real quick, and then we'll see what do we want out of this book. But the synopsis reads as follows for Star Wars Legacy. After barely escaping the First Order on Crate, Rey and the Resistance are struggling to rebuild. Her friends need the Last Jedi, more than ever. But Rey feels alone and overwhelmed. Girl, same. Jedi tradition is built on masters and apprentices, and Rey's teacher is gone. Leia Organa tries her best to train Rey in the ways of the Force, as Luke did for her so many years ago, but Leia's knowledge is limited. Rey's lightsaber is broken, and the specter of Kylo Ren and regrets from the past haunt them both. How can Leia pass the torch when she herself is unsure of the way? But then, the ancient Jedi texts offer a glimmer of hope. A long-forgotten Jedi temple on Tython, we'll talk about that might hold the key to repairing Rey's saber. Rey leaps at the chance to journey there, and to her surprise, so does Leia. Rey and Leia's nascent mentorship, is put to the test when they discover the temple on Tython is filled with obscure clues to decipher and arcane trials to complete. As they work to unravel the temple's mysteries, they encounter a group of refugees living in its shadow, hiding from a First Order officer hot on the trail of 2 freedom fighters in their midst. With the threat of the First Order looming and the secrets of the temple yet to be unlocked, the newly forged master and apprentice must confront their pasts, reach each other in the present, and decide what it means to carry the legacy of the Jedi into the future. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that actually is pretty cool,
man.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I forgot about when she, like, towards the beginning of the movie, whenever she opens this drawer and the ancient Jedi texts are there, right?
Yep.
So
we got them.
We did see that, and we were like, okay, was she just studying those, and that's why she is that much keen in the Force now than she was beforehand. But that's cool. That sounds like a really interesting story. I'm gonna pre-order this, obviously, for audiobook. Can't wait.
Yep.
But tell me about Tython.
Okay, yeah, so Titan. This
No
is
idea.
a planet. So we have seen Titan. You have seen Titan.
I've seen
believe it or
Titan.
not. Originally, Titan was an old Republic planet. This was like in Legends, it was like an ancient Forcey planet. And then they brought it into the Mandalorian because this is the planet with the little force rock that Grogu sits on that he activates. That's Titan.
Oh, okay.
So it is a force-rich book, and Madeline Rue actually did an interview with StarWars.com with Kristen Baver about this book, and she mentioned that she loves the Old Republic and a lot of the old video games, like Force Unleashed and all this kind of stuff. So she's like, oh my god, we needed a Jedi-rich planet, like a planet rich in the history and the lore of the Jedi. I want to use Titan. So that's why they did it, and I think in a very smart business move, it ties in with something we've already seen in The Mandalorian. So there you go. That's Titan.
Okay.
They're heading there in like an Indiana Jones temple thing. I don't know. It sounds like there's going to be like trials and like, Star Wars loves a good old test of the will and test of the force and something.
Yeah, that's cool, and that I like that she's very well versed in some of the older Star Wars lore. Was she the one that you sent the picture of with her tattoos, like that sweet arm sleeve that she has? Oh, it's so awesome.
The giant arm sleeve. If y'all didn't see, she put it on Instagram today, or this weekend in honor of the book being announced. She's got a sleeve, and it has Leia and Rey. Amazingly, I can only imagine what she thought when she got this offer. And Hera, and then Revan. Or the 4 characters she has in the sleeve. It rules. So and all the comments were like, "Oh, she knows ball." Yeah, she does. She also, though, much like many new Star Wars authors we hear about, has written a from a certain point of view story. She was in the first ever one, and it was a story of Bail and Bria Organa, which was absolutely heartbreaking and chilling because it's them watching the Death Star appear, and they don't make it. But she would. So that's what folks might know her from. I think that book was 8 years ago now, something like that. Yeah, it was the 40th anniversary, so 8 years ago. And here she is. So Wes, I got to ask you, we got some good Legends, obviously, already. We got some great ties to Last Jedi. We're going to get a lot of love Rise of Skywalker. We're going to get some Leia stuff. Rey is your favorite character. We talked recently, a couple weeks ago, about Rey from Nowhere, especially dealing with her legacy. At this point, she's still Rey from Nowhere, because in the timeline, she won't know she's a Palpatine yet. So we're literally at the Episode 8 Rey character, who is phenomenal. What do you want out of this book with this character? Obviously, she's just gone through the Kylo Ren incident and the explosion on the Finalizer, I think that was. Yeah. What do you want out of Rey?
So she never really, like, whenever they revealed that she was a Palpatine, she never really, like, embraced, like, the Palpatine lineage, right? She didn't just, like, completely, like, turn dark or something. So, I mean, just saying she's a Palpatine doesn't automatically change her persona or anything.
No.
But knowing that she's still Rey from Nowhere, I think they drop little subtle hints in this that maybe she has like a flashback with her parents and something else like pops up. But I think there's like some small hints there that help like reinforce the dyad with Kylo Ren. So I think
that neck just start getting wrinkly.
Yeah, just some
on one side. She goes,
yeah.
wait, what?
It's like I'm scratching just a little bit. Oh. But yeah, I don't know. I would hope they kind of like touch on that, but since they didn't really let everybody know towards the end of the Rise of Skywalker, then maybe they don't touch on it at all. I can see it going both ways. But I do enjoy that we're getting a book about Rey from Nowhere. So that's
seriously. I mean, it's the timing couldn't be better. You're getting a Rey from Nowhere book. I'm getting a Bail Organa leader in Star Wars Unlimited. Everybody's winning. But speaking of Bail, one of the things I loved about Madeline's writing of Bail and Bria, and from a certain point of view, is that she did a great job at them talking about Leia. Like their last thoughts are obviously of like Leia aboard the Tantive and how it's going to work, and like that very parental feeling was very tragic, obviously, in that storytelling. But I remember that story stuck with me so much because she wrote that connection so beautifully. Bail and Bria were their own people, but they obviously cared about Leia so much. And I think we're going to see a lot of that in the Leia character towards Rey in this book. I think she mentioned in her interview that she actually went back and read a lot of Carrie Fisher's like memoirs to get Leia's voice for this book.
Oh, wow.
Because Carrie and Leia are just so interchangeable. And I'm really excited about that because I do feel that, again, circumstances outside everyone's control, we really didn't get the Leia movie we were gonna get. Like,
right.
It was very clear. Episode 7 was Han's movie. Episode 8 is Luke's. Episode 9 was gonna be General Leia. And like that character, if y'all have read, we talked about this in the show, like Bloodline, phenomenal book. About like an older Leia and stuff. That older Leia, General Leia character is so fascinating. And now getting to see her kind of deal with the loss of Luke and the loss of Han, and the fact that this new girl is the only kind of connection back to her family because she's lost her son essentially as well. I'm very excited to see what she does with that in a full novel, and I think she's absolutely going to kill it. I want a lot of Leia and Rey kind of connecting, and I don't know how possible it is, but I want this to fundamentally change how I watch episode 9. I think this has a lot of potential to do that.
Yes.
You know?
That's what I'm kind of hoping for too. And I wonder how Kylo Ren kind of fits into this novel as well.
Yeah. He's on the cover. He's little. Yeah. He is the size of Rey on Resistance Reborn. It's the size of him on the Legacy cover.
I didn't even notice he was on there.
Barely. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be around. Like you said, the dyad is definitely solidified kind of at the end of episode 8. So we have a lot of tension there. And there is this moment where Rey kind of almost had this romantic moment with him and then turned into a fight beside him and then turned into a fight against him. And that's also like Leia's kid.
Yeah, right.
She's just hanging out. She's like, hey, your son's kind of a douche. Although I almost dated him and now I'm not. And he might kill us. Remember when he shot you into space? That's the last thing that she saw of him.
Yeah, right. Like, exactly. Yeah. And then
they gotta talk about it, right?
And then killed your ex-husband, right? So
yeah.
Probably not on the number one on your Christmas list, but
not yet. Although her Christmas list still running out of people.
Yeah, it's still her son. I'll always love him. It's still my son.
Yeah.
So when
I think there's a lot of cool possibilities though with it.
It's coming out July 28th.
There you go, July 28th, 2026. So we got plenty of time for it. I love an announcement far away in the future. I want to look forward to it. And then you're awesome in the chat asking, are there any plans to revisit the Old Republic in the new canon? I think the fact that we're bringing in Tython for this might do it. I don't think that currently there's not like an Old Republic line of books. The High Republic is about the closest that we get. But again, Madeleine Roux, the author, has a Revan tattoo. I'm just saying, if she wants to drop some hints and they go to a Force-rich planet that was, there it is. Look how awesome that is. That is a sick tattoo. And if she wants to start dropping hints about the Old Republic in her book that takes Rey and Leia to a Jedi planet that has previously held visions that Grogu basically used to call it to Luke in The Mandalorian, I think it's a good idea. What can I say? I think that would be sick. So anything is possible. This comes out next July.
Yeah, I like that tie-in to, well, I say The Mandalorian, but it is Old Republic. But still, it's The Mandalorian. He had a little tie-in there, so that's cool.
And I'm glad it's a planet we know. Like, listen, I love new planets, but I feel like every once in a while we'll get a big old book, and it's like, oh, cool, we're going to go to another planet. Blagorg 7. I'm like, I don't care about Blagorg 7. Like, make it somewhere. Go to Octo. Go to Crate. Like,
yeah, right.
There was it a book or there was a comic series where they went to Crate once, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, those little things. It doesn't always have to be Tatooine, because, we never go back to Tatooine. I'm fine with literally never seeing that again. But going to Tython, this is a perfect way to kind of balance those. So very excited. That was easily the best, I would say the most high-profile announcement of the weekend. But, of course, we had so many more.
Yeah, I was also never a big fan of Tatooine and Dantooine. I did not like that.
I thought she was lying as a child. Like, I thought she was making it up. And no, that was that's a real planet. And there was and now, historically, there was a rebel base on Dantooine that they abandoned. And I'm like, that's so dumb.
Yeah, Dantooine and George. Ralph Tooine and John Tooine and Scott Tooine.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's so bad. But we love it.
We love it.
But, George, I have some notes. Now, before we go any further, I do want to take a quick second to let you all know that this week's episode is brought to you by the United, the official Youtini community. Now, by joining the United, you'll not only receive ad-free shows, you'll get unlimited access to our Discord full of enthusiastic Star Wars fans that want nothing more than to welcome you, and we will get you into Star Wars Unlimited. Filled with daily conversations and weekly polls, the United is powered by a community of intentional positivity, and that makes it the best place for you to celebrate your fandom and engage with fans who love everything you do the way that you do. Now, by heading to youtini.com/community, you can sign up for a whole year of the United and save 15% when you use code YOUTINISHOW. That's one word, code YOUTINISHOW, for 15% off your first year of the United. So head over now and get signed up to check out our amazing events and connect with your favorite podcast hosts, even if they're not us. We do understand. Thank you again to everyone in our community for their incredible support. And now, back to the show. Now, our next reveal from Comic-Con was probably the biggest surprise of the entire weekend. Eyes Like Stars by Ashley Poston is a brand new young adult novel featuring all new original characters about a year and a half before The Force Awakens. But this book is officially being branded as a romance novel, even so far as being published by Delacorte Press, the romantic wing of Penguin Random House. This isn't like Disney Press. This isn't Random House Worlds. This is officially through the romance arm. Now, before we get into any details, Wes, how do we feel about Star Wars finally taking the plunge into a full-on advertised romance novel?
I say jump in, give it a shot, see if it hits, you know?
Let's go. Yes.
See if it hits. Because we've had young adult novels to where it was like implied, but it wasn't actually a romance novel, right? There are
Crash of Fate, Fate Squad.
Crash of Fate, Lost Stars.
That book's so good.
Right.
Yep.
Crash of Fate was super good. And like
forget about that book because it was a theme park tie-in. It was so good. Remember the waterfall? I'm just saying.
You know. Even the book cover wasn't very it wasn't like zeroed in on romance or anything. But
no, they were climbing a spire in Galaxy's Edge. I'm like, no, it's a love story.
Yeah, it was a good book. So
real good.
Yeah, plug that one. But yeah, I mean, I think if they're gonna try to deliberately do a romance novel, why not just like say, hey, we're doing romance? And I mean, it's people like what they like. If you're a romance, there's a big community out there. It's just like only romance. There's like I remember my mom back in the 80s had all the Fabio novels that she would get from she'd buy from the grocery store. So
there's those. Yeah.
Those are probably a little bit more risque, but still, yeah, they're
dude, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I think nowadays there's a lot of romance going on, but I will say I like this because you're so right. There is a booming market of romance readers right now, like YA romance. However, especially it's everywhere. I mean, there are stories of there's fantasy romance or romantasy. There's modern day romance. There's hockey romance, which is a whole genre of books. Like people love stories right now, graphic and not. And I think the fact that Star Wars is like, hey, we can be romantic in things, but your average sci-fi novel in Star Wars isn't going to be love story forward. That's just not really what it's been. We've had Han and Leia, we've had Padme and Anakin, and yes, that's throughout, but there are the lightsabers and the speeders and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But the fact that they're like, this is going to be a love story, a romance novel through a brand of ours that does romance marketing, like this is going to look weird, I think, to a lot of people when it comes out for marketing. Because this cover alone is a little more like YA Tumblr-y sketchy, I guess I could say. Like, it's not bad. It's just very unlike anything else. I think when this comes out, there's going to be Instagram posts that point to like the little tropes that'll say like enemies to lovers or like only one bed, or like they're going to really make you feel that this is a romance book that, if you look closely, happens to also be in Star Wars. And luckily, we also have a synopsis for this one. And it goes something like this. When 18-year-old, good to know. I'm just saying, some of these, anyway.
Yeah.
When 18-year-old Ardent Quay saves the life of a snarky wild spacer on Coruscant, she doesn't expect a thank you. And she certainly doesn't expect him to stow away on her father's Star Tour ship. Yet here he is, taking up residence in the ship's pantry and eating all of her favorite snacks. He's mysterious and coy and strange, with silver hair and eyes speckled with stars, and no matter how much she tries to pull away, she can't. She should report him to her father, but he soon convinces her that there's a nefarious plot at play on the ship, one that has the lives of everyone on board at stake. With the galaxy on the brink of war and the First Order breathing down their necks, Arden and her stowaway must ferry a precious artifact to its homeworld without getting caught or worse, killed. This is actually a terrible time to take a tour of the galaxy, and even a worse time to fall in love. But the views are always exquisite on board the Starfarer. So that's it. This is a straight up love story. It's going to be on a ship. It is the scoundrel bad boy and the daughter of the ship captain, and like they're going for it.
Yeah,
I think is what I'm seeing. And you know what? I'm with you. Let's see.
Let's see where it goes. See how they market it outside of this, and then because primarily, like when you think Star Wars, there is Sith and Jedi. There's smugglers. There is the
bounty hunters.
Yeah, the bounty hunters. I'm like this. It is good versus evil, and there's always like a plot of the bad guy has to win, or the Sith or the Empire or something like that. This may have a little bit in there, but it probably just would be, if it wasn't branded Star Wars, it would probably be just a different romance novel. Right, so
I assume we could take things like the First Order and make it like the Empire of XYZ. Like this is a Star Wars universe book, but I think you're right. The story itself will be pretty contained.
Yeah, so just see if it hits with people who are like, I kind of like Star Wars. Like I've seen it before, but I do really like romance novels. Boom, get you right into Star Wars, and then they may like hint on some of the galactic challenges or something like that's happening before episode 7, and then obviously after episode 6, and maybe you can see like the First Order rising, and then the New Republic happening, and then so maybe it'll give you a little synopsis on like what's happening within the galaxy where you would want to explore what's happening within Star Wars, and then start reading more Star Wars books because
absolutely
we need more eyes.
It's all part of a pyramid scheme, basically, is what it is. And we're in it, so you have to be as well. This is First Orders around. We are doubling down on this as much as I feel like those rumors come around every once in a while, like, oh, they're giving up on the First Order, and they're like, dude, Legacy of Vader, the comic right now, which is freaking awesome, sequel trilogy. This new Rey novel, sequel trilogy. This new original love story, which could have been anywhere, sequel trilogy. It's a year and a half before Force Awakens is when this is going to be. So they're really doubling down and leaning into this era, and I guess at first I was surprised by it until I realized that the only thing I've heard about them not wanting to do that has been from just liars on the internet and people wanting nothing, and literally nothing as official has ever been said about that, ever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just doing the thing that they made.
Yeah, I like how they're filling in the gaps with let's say literary, but with novels and books, and the part that we first fell in love with Star Wars, or fell more in love with Star Wars, I guess, with publishing. So good for them.
Yeah, I think it's great. And also, Ashley Poston, the author of this, has evidently written a bunch of romance novels previously, and some Reylo fanfic as well, from what I've heard. So she's in the fan spaces, in the romance spaces. I think this is seemingly a good choice. Have not read any of her work, but I will obviously be picking this up. I gotta ask though, it's out there. They said she's 18 in the thing. They're gonna have sex in this book. It's gonna be a sex book, Wes.
There's gonna be some sex.
Are two consenting adults gonna have an actual like written, and not like, and she closed the door? Like, are we getting like an actual sex scene in a Star Wars book between two consenting adults?
What is it, branded YA or no?
Yeah. Yes, but some of those YA books though.
Young adult. It says young adult. So
yes,
and we have 18. What? I mean, yes, they do. This is their splash. They're gonna see if it works. If they went too far, Maybe next time they reel it in a little bit. But I think if it's primarily listed as a romance novel, make it some hot, steamy romance. I'm not gonna say the other word.
You're in a ship.
Yeah.
How many beds are there? Not many. You got to share.
Yeah.
I say this also as a admittedly newly big Emily Henry fan, who is a fantastic romance author. I've read 2 of her books. I'm going to read another one of her books in November. They're fun. They definitely go there. They talk about some parts. Okay. And you know what? It's fun. I get it. So let's see what they can do. Now, on the other hand, if this works and the romance imprint is like we're doing Star Wars, because I will admit some of the young adult novels in the last couple of years I feel like have had trouble gaining steam with the average Star Wars reader. It seems like they're just not really talked about at all. We have the Last Order by Kwame Mbalia coming out next week, and I feel like I've heard absolutely nothing about it. We'll have a review up on the site with Youtini. I'm reading it right now. But, like, they're not really catching on, and I wonder if this catches on and the romance novel works, are there other genres that you think they can maybe go into? Like, I think romance is maybe the biggest one right now, but I can't think of any others that are, like, you know, as blatant as a romance novel, unless I'm missing something.
Murder mystery, true detective. Like the seeds, but just saying
slasher.
Just saying like True Detective is kind of like any Star Wars book because they're always trying to figure out what's happening with the Sith or with the Jedi, and the Force obviously hits that point. So I don't know.
I'm into it.
It could be a sports book with that weird football game they're playing in episode 2.
But sports guys don't read. I don't want to go to Star Wars for
maybe
reading.
It's just a bunch of stats. It's a bunch of stats from the droids that are playing that football game. Like
it's like Fantasy Pros, like the magazine that you get before the draft.
Yeah, they put it out like a I don't know, a 15-page full color magazine or something of like a draft list or something.
Or it's like what is it? Doesn't Bill Simmons have that basketball, like a famous basketball book?
I don't know.
The Book of Basketball by Bill Simmons, but it's like the Book of Pod Racing.
Yeah.
They actually just like
pod racing would be perfect. Pod racing would be perfect. Yeah.
All right. So if romance works, then we'll go to sports, and then we'll get everybody. So we'll find out. So this book, though, is out a little bit earlier. This one's going to be out on April 26th, 2026. Again, still plenty of time. And keep your eyes out. We will have pre-orders up for these, I believe, as they come out. All right. Now, even though we love book announcements here at Youtini, that is not all there was. There was plenty of comics love to go around this weekend as well, because just a couple of months after the High Republic finale, which we talked about, the Era is coming back with a brand new series from George Mann and Dark Horse. The High Republic Adventures Pathfinders will take us back after Phase 2, which we will all love. And we found out that Ahmed Best will actually be co-writing a one-shot comic featuring Jar Jar teaming up with Keller and Beck, both of which were played by him. But before we get there, let's start with Pathfinders. Wes, how stoked are you to be heading back to the High Republic next year? I thought we'd have to wait a little longer. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I thought they were going to have their swan song, and then they were going to pick up on what we're doing with the sequel trilogy right now. But I'm glad they're going back. And comics, you can go back, I think, sooner than any of the other literary works. So, and just to see how well it does, because comics is I wouldn't say it's niche so much, but there is a huge community that only reads the comics, and they get and they have the most information that ties into everything else. So these people that read the comics are I think they're the most informed on what's happening. So I think this will help do a bunch of tie-ins, or like I said, fill in a bunch of gaps with the High Republic that we haven't really delved in on. But High Republic itself, there was a lot of content in the High Republic, so this is probably just adding to the mix.
Yeah, totally agree. I think this is going to be, a huge hit with the High Republic Adventures crowd. Like the High Republic Adventures comics and the High Republic named comic had kind of their own world for years. Yeah. Like there was so many. There's arguably more content, like you're saying, in there than the novels themselves.
For sure.
So it makes tons of sense. And to bring back George Mann, who was so instrumental in a lot of that stuff, especially the Phase 2 stuff, like with the Pathfinders, who I actually thought didn't really get as much play as they were kind of conceptualized to have. Like when we were at Star Wars Celebration at the panel and they announced Phase 2, the Pathfinders were like this huge thing. And I feel like in the books they were kind of there, but we didn't really do a whole ton. So it's cool that they're going to get their own series now. We don't know a ton about it. We just we know that they say a brand new team of Republic Pathfinders are dispatched to a distant corner of the galaxy to investigate the strange death of a Jedi Master. This is that whole murder mystery thing that you wanted, Wes. So there we go.
Okay.
It's gonna have a rotating cast of artists. Dark Horse has been doing this sometimes with their books. They have a lot of people in the same book. and it takes place 20 years after Phase 2. I'll tell you what. I was not the biggest fan of Phase 2. I've said this before. I've been public about it. But I'm excited to go back to that time in the galaxy. I think it had a lot of cool lore things, and I hope that this can kind of expand that and make for a good story that now is kind of free from the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Phase 2 is more of... Phase 2 is essentially like the beginning of the High Republic, right? Because it happened before Phase 1. Which is weird. It's just kind of confusing if you haven't read it yet. So like Phase 1 is the middle. Phase 2 is before Phase 1, and then Phase 3 is the end. So but it worked out in a way. Yeah, it worked out in a way to where you got kind of a base with Phase 1, and then you got the backstory. And I like that sometimes whenever I get the backstory of whatever happened within a story. So I mean, it works. It works in some instances. So I think it's good to go back. Pathfinders. They didn't touch much on it, so you're right. It'd be good to go a little deeper in.
Yeah, this will be a lot of fun. Comes out next year. We don't exactly have dates yet. I believe it's a limited series, so we'll keep you guys posted on those as they come out. But the other one was a one-shot comic, which if you don't know, that means it's not part of a larger series. It's just one issue called Jar Jar #1, I believe. And it's going to be co-written by Mark Guggenheim, who is doing the Jedi Knight series currently, I believe, which is fantastic. And Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar. He's going to be able to co-write this comic. And it's Jar Jar teaming up with Keller and Beck, who Ahmed Best played in The Mandalorian. Hell yeah, I guess. Like, cool.
I like how Ahmed Best is now becoming a mainstay in Star Wars. I like how he keeps coming out during Star Wars Celebration. I love how everybody embrace. Like, he gets a huge pop. Like, I'm a big pro wrestling fan, and he would get like the loudest pop to where you can't hear the music anymore because everybody is screaming and cheering that they saw Ahmed Best come out. So he deserves it too. He does such great work.
No question. It's so cool that it's happening. And it does have the feel of like, yeah, cool. You know, I guess he wanted to do it. And I don't know if he's asking people. He's pretty vocal about like wanting Jar Jar and Keller and Beck to be in stuff. Like, he's definitely always seeming down to clown. So whoever had this idea, cool. Not sure when it's coming out. This was very much like a kind of off the cuff. Hey, by the way, this is going to happen. Isn't that fun? But the fact that it's Jar Jar hanging out with Keller and Beck and it's just Ahmed Best on an adventure with himself is the most inside baseball ridiculous, but like it's so in the weeds that I could not imagine like describe this to a person that doesn't follow all this crap. We don't need to. So Ahmed, good for you. Can't wait to check it out. And for more on this stuff, check in the Cosmic Force, our comic podcast that'll be coming out this Wednesday. I'm sure talking about all of this stuff. And, of course, they put the reviews on the site every single Wednesday of all the new issues. So we'll be reviewing this one when it comes out as well. And they know a lot more than us two dumbos about what's coming.
What would be cool is if Ahmed Best read the comic book in video form and opened it like your kindergarten teacher used to open it sideways, and they would read it.
Yes.
I mean, he would do the character voices of Jar Jar and Keller and Beck, and he just reads the whole thing. You pay, I don't know, $10, and you get this video of the comic book.
I love it. I think we could do that, or also Star Wars social media team for like an Instagram short or something. Have him holding it and talking about it in the voices. Put it all over the place.
Yeah.
You
good marketing.
This.
Good marketing.
Yeah, we'll love it. They'll have a great time. So go check that out, of course. All of this stuff is over on the site. We did a little write-up of the announcements over on Youtini.com, including a new manga, Visions manga that's coming out. So make sure to go check that out and get all your pre-orders in. I gotta say, Wes, this might be one of the more impressive New York Comic Con publishing panels we had in a while. I feel like we've had some lighter ones. Semi-recently, but like a new Rey Leia book, the first ever romance novel, High Republic, Visions. There's also like visual guys being talked about. Like, I feel like they really pulled out some stops. It was nice.
Yeah, the Visions cover of that book is coming out is super cool too.
Yeah, Tsukumo. I totally forgot to put that in the outline, but yeah. This is a manga that's coming out with this freaking Order 66 Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
coming to Paradroids. It's coming next July. The Viz mangas have been so freaking good. If you didn't read the High Republic ones, they're fantastic. Path of Lightsabers coming out next month. Star Wars is in the manga space, like, fully now.
That's right.
Go check that out. Make sure you get all those pre-orders in. It's about to be a fantastic 2026 for Star Wars. Because we got a movie, too. But to finish up tonight, everybody, after all those great announcements, we need to talk about Empire. No, not the Empire. Empire Magazine, because they put out their list of the top 50 Star Wars characters last week. And since we've been in the habit of rankings in the last few weeks, I thought we'd just check in. But before we do, Wes, I do want to give you a second here. How do you feel about your favorite characters that we discussed a couple of weeks ago? You still stand by those decisions? Do you feel good about that? I wanted to give you a second, just in case.
My favorite yes, I do.
Okay.
I do stand by my favorite characters. I don't think my essential favorite character is going to be in the top 5, but I would hope they're in the top 6. I'm not looking at it right now. I've already looked at the list. I have some questions. I wish Corey was on here so I could hear his opinions on this list. But I think there was some, like you say, there were some choices. There were some choices in this list.
So I figured it'd be fun. We'll go through the top 10.
Okay.
The full list is online, and then we'll do some highlights here of things we think they really missed, things that make some sense. Just kind of have some fun with it. But I'll read it off here, and we'll get your reactions off the cuff. So number 10, Rey.
Made top 10. So, all right.
Made top 10. Yeah. The protagonist of the sequel trilogy is number 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 9, Chewie. Okay. Number 8, Obi-Wan.
Whoa.
Surprising.
Yes.
Number 7, Kylo Ren. It's okay. Number 6, Luthen Rail.
Yes.
I mean, I'm shocked, but yeah, I'm also like, yeah?
I am shocked. I want to know the justification behind how they put this together, because I can see how he is listed that high. I can see that.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we'll get there. Number 5, Yoda. Number 4, Leia. Number 3, Luke. Number 2, Darth Vader.
Number 2, Darth Vader.
Number 1, Han Solo.
Number 1, Han Solo.
Of course, the top 4, I feel like, are most people's top 4. The order is here and there, but it had been a while since I hadn't seen Darth Vader at the top of any list. I feel like that is kind of like the gimme.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised they went with Han.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, Darth Vader is probably the most iconic character within Star Wars. People see the picture, they know who the image of this person is. That is Star Wars. That is essentially Star Wars, is Darth Vader. But Han Solo, I can't see how, if using what I think they used to get Luthen Rail as 6, as being like one of the most prominent people to begin the rebels, the rebellion, right? To start like what is essentially the Star Wars, I guess, like for the rebellion. And then they chose Han Solo as number 1. Like, he is a very important character in Star Wars for sure. Has many iconic moments.
Yep.
And he did save Luke's ass at the end of episode 4, right? So there was that.
I mean, super important.
But I don't know that he gets number 1.
I don't know.
He gets number 1.
Given that, and I think you're so right that Luthen Rail is the right metric to look at what this list, because he's so new, has so much less screen time, but the performance is unbelievable. The acting performance alone has to do something with it.
Yeah.
So the fact that you got Harrison Ford, okay, I'll give into that. I will say one thing. The first thing I'm going to say of my many concerns about this list, Babu Frick is number 45. Babu Frick made top 50. Listen.
I didn't know we were going to talk about the rest of it, but okay.
Babu Frick is at 45.
Hey, 45!
That one scene. Because you know who's not on this list, Wes? You know who didn't make top 50?
A lot of characters.
Bail Organa.
No, you're right. I didn't see him on here. Oh my gosh.
Babu Frick at 45. Bail Organa absent. absent from this list. That is the cardinal sin I wanted to point out.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
To give you a kind of vibe of this.
Neil got there and didn't get Bail Organa in there.
49. Love Neil, Skeleton Crew. Not top 50.
Not
top 50.
Not top 50.
I don't think so.
Let me tell you this. Where do you think Grand Admiral Thrawn lands as in conjunction with Chopper? Tell me this. Chopper from Rebels, the droid, the comedic relief droid.
Love him.
Number 31. Grand Admiral Thrawn, the start of Star Wars Legends, we'll call it, and the continuation of the Star Wars story, the main villain after Palpatine is gone. Number 42. No, thank you. We were talking about this before. Empire put this crap out so we can complain, bitch, and for the next 15 minutes, and they're doing a good job.
Working.
They're doing a good job.
So you know what? Let's not go in groups of 10. I think this is a great idea. There's so many weird ones. There's so many wrong ones. So let's start at number 11 and we'll go to 20. Because 11 is Cassian Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I would switch him and Luthen Rail. If we're picking that just based on, because this is the greatest Star Wars characters, I think Cassian belongs at 6, and I put Luthen at 11.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm thinking of impact to what Star Wars was, and maybe Luthen he was the beginning of the rebellion, but I think Andor was the catalyst, right? Andor was the catalyst to get it going.
He's more important to the rebellion. I think Luthen is most important, but I think for greatest character.
Yeah, that's what this is, right? Characters of all time. Okay, yeah. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, I would switch that as well.
Yeah. 12, R2. I don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it either.
13, Anakin Skywalker. Now, here's where you're being a little baby. A baby! Okay. Because here's the thing. You only got 50 slots, Empire. Okay? You got 50 slots. You know, if you're putting Darth Vader at 2 and it's only Darth Vader with no Anakin stuff involved, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Because you are using these characters throughout their whole lives, and you decided to put Anakin and Vader as 2 different characters. Sure, they are in his mind if you're reading James Luceno's Dark Lord Rise of Vader.
Right.
Awesome. But that's not what we're doing here. We know Anakin's Vader.
Yes.
So,
yes. Yeah. I think that could have been for Bail Organa. Bail Organa could have been 13.
All right, guys. Welcome to our crash out episode of Youtini show. All right.
Oh.
That's fine. 14, Grogu.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll see the movie.
Yeah.
I don't hate Grogu. I feel like Star Wars is trying to make me hate Grogu so much by just overinflating his stats. We're padding the numbers. Listen, he's fine. He's not a QB1, okay?
No,
he's gonna be fine. He can do in a pinch. I can stream him, but I'm not starting him over Josh Allen anyway. Whatever.
Yeah.
Grogu at 14. Palpatine at 15.
No. Palpatine needs to be 11, 12.
Above Grogu.
Yeah, definitely above Grogu. See, that's what I don't like. It may be
wait, is this Palpatine or is it Darth Sidious? I guess it could be both. Spoiler, there's no Darth Sidious on the list, so be consistent, Empire.
It makes it worse that it's like Grogu is 1 ahead of Palpatine. It's like maybe if they had made a gap a little bit, I wouldn't have been so upset. That I'm not really upset. I'm upset. Not upset, but I'm upset. But yeah, like they're right next to each other. Like they had like the team was just butting heads. Like I don't know which one to put. I don't know if I can put Palpatine above Grogu. And there's like they had to do a tiebreaker to get Grogu in there at 11 or at 14. So
ridiculous. 15 Palpatine, 16 Din Djarin. Sure, I'll give that to you because I think he's important for the franchise as a whole. Pre-season 3 of The Mandalorian, I think I definitely agree with you. Before his character kind of reverted to what it didn't used to be, but I think the movie will be very helpful for that. I don't hate that.
I think it's too high.
I mean, I agree. But all right, 17 Lando.
Okay. Yeah.
18 Ahsoka. I'd bump Ahsoka up.
Mm-hmm. I think Ahsoka's
I'd
good.
bump Ahsoka up. I think she defines the Clone Wars. She has her own show now. She has Yeah, she's in way too much. I think she's so much more important.
Yeah.
19, BB-8. What are we doing?
What with the droids, really?
What do we do? Listen, I love BB-8. I'm not a BB-8 hater. I feel like I'm turning into one because 19?
R2 gets his due at 12, okay?
Yes.
BB-8.
He is R2-D2.
BB-8, no, not so much.
What are you talking about?
I think the droids should.
About?
Yeah, I mean, is it just that they're so prominent on screen? It's kind of a recency bias as well from the sequel trilogy. Like, oh, BB-8's so great. He makes those noises that give off his emotions, just like R2 does, though. But still, like,
but R2. But there is just an intangible difference, and it is I love BB-8,
Yeah.
but if again we're talking greatest characters, what is his? Because you know who's above at 20? Maul. Amazing. One of the best character arcs in Star Wars.
For
period.
sure, yeah.
And he's about to get his own show. Not a BB-8 show. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I think BB-8 has his own comic. I think he has his own comic.
Oh, God. But yeah, Maul at 20. So, yeah. So, 11 20, Cassian, R2, Anakin, shut up. Grogu, Palpatine, Din Djarin, Lando, Ahsoka, BB-8, Maul. This is where they went off the rails.
Yeah.
Already. All right. 21, Mon Mothma. After Andor, I'd argue too low. But.
Yeah. She's,
okay.
like, again, she is a prominent character in the original trilogy that, like, and, yeah. Okay.
It's hard. I don't hate it, though. I don't hate it.
All right.
22, Poe Dameron. 3 below BB-8. Insanity.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think about 23.
The guy who has to drive him around.
Think about 23.
Yeah. Okay. Who's 23, Wes?
23 is C-3PO. How is BB-8 above C-3PO?
I don't care if you find 3PO annoying. We all do. That's his thing. He is one of the greatest characters. He's in every movie.
Yes, and
he's in everyone.
He is your comedic relief that, much like BB-8 does with the droid sounds and emotions and stuff. But C-3PO, like, yeah, he's I'm saying he's not the reason. He might be one of the main reasons the whole Star Wars lore is there. Because he started from the very beginning.
Yes. He literally finds Obi-Wan. Anyway, that's stupid. 24 is Finn. That is just because they did him dirty in the sequel trilogy, and I think if they had actually given him a better arc, he would have been higher. But
yeah, and he's a better
24,
arc.
I think we'll give it to him. 25, Jabba the Hutt. Insanity. Cool design.
Yeah.
Great. I'm glad he exists, but you know. Who's right after him, Wes? Who's at 26?
One of the most iconic characters of all time that everybody got eyed to is Boba Fett.
Yeah, officially now not as great as Jabba the Hutt. Nope.
Did he?
Remember that show, The Book of Jabba the Hutt? Yeah.
He sat upon Jabba the Hutt's throne. He surpassed him on screen. It's there for you to see, and he is... Again, I think that was another one. They're just like, oh, I don't know which one to do, Boba Fett or Jabba the Hutt. You're like, no.
No, it's Boba Fett. It's Boba Fett's the right answer.
One
Sorry,
person
guys.
put this together. I think one person put this together. They didn't get any kind of feedback from their peers.
Which AI generated, whatever. And then we got a weird run here. 27's Tarkin. Fine.
Yeah, I could see Tarkin within 5 to 10 spots of that. Either way.
28 Padme, way too low.
Yeah, too low.
Crazy. 29 The Stranger. Listen, I had a great time with the Acolyte. What do we do? No.
What
are we doing here?
How?
If you had season 2, maybe.
He was
I don't know.
He was that much. He beat that much ass in the Acolyte that they put him at 29.
He was awesome. That fight's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Big Manny Jacinto fan.
But they can't like this is what would happen if The Stranger was he had fleshed out his story and had the whole I don't know.
This isn't like a Derrick Rose MVP conversation, okay? We cannot go on the what ifs.
Yeah, we can't retcon it right now. This is on-screen stuff that we've seen.
Yeah. Do you know who should be above him is the person who's right below him, who's Dedra Meero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would absolutely put her above The Stranger. We had Chopper, like you said. 32, here's the thing. I like this character a lot. Kino Aloy is not a top 50. He's really cool in those 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Kino Aloy at 32? What are we doing, guys?
Kino Aloy is an honorable mention. We'll give him an
Yes!
honorable mention, right? That's what I think. I don't want to
Yes,
completely rip him
absolutely. Well
off
done.
the list, but yeah, he
No.
knows. What?
What else? Well, okay, actually, I was thinking, what should we skip to? We're almost done with this list. 33 Soul, really good in the Acolyte, but again, not really.
Yeah.
You know, not above Qui-Gon Jinn, who's 34.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yes. Yes.
34. 33 other people beat out Qui-Gon Jinn. Again, we're going to keep going back to it. BB-8 is a better character than Qui-Gon Jinn.
BB-8 is like in another tax bracket.
He should be right in front of Maul, I think. That's where BB-8 is. Right in front of Maul. So yeah, that's where he should be.
Where this really took a turn. We're discovering this problem. Okay. Below Qui-Gon, we got Cyril Karn. I kind of love him being there, straight up.
I love his character, but I don't think he's 35.
Oh, I put him somewhere around there, but I also have the Andor soft spot. I totally acknowledge.
Yeah.
Mace Windu at 36.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I think that because he's almost a little bit of a meme for falling out, but he's also a good. I feel like the hate has gone too far, and now we're evening out. So 36. Okay, 36.
I think the meme gets him there at 36. The meme value gets him there at 36 for sure.
Yeah. 37. Balin Skull.
Don't agree.
What? No. What are we doing? This is we're banking on potential. Listen, I miss Ray Stevenson as much as the next person. He did a great job. The 37th best character, especially with 38, is Ezra Bridger.
Yeah.
Who's in the same show and infinitely more important than Balin.
Yes.
Tell me 5 characteristics of Balin Skull. Anybody?
Great haircut. Super cool beard.
That's the same thing. It's the same.
That's what I got.
Solemn.
Yeah.
Mysterious. Crazy. Ezra 38 should be higher.
Ezra,
but he's annoying in season 1, but he's such a key character.
Yeah, he started from being force sensitive, and then Kanan came and helped build him into the Jedi that he is. He is a he is a not epitome, but he's like the after. I don't even know what that means, but from when the Jedi Order was there, and then there was like very few Jedi, and then he was like one of the first ones that was trained by a Jedi that got away, like as a Padawan. It's crazy. I mean, it's a great story arc, and he's at 38.
Also, now I'm on this Rebels kick, and Balin Skull is on this list, but we don't have Sabine or Hera.
Yeah, Sabine's not on there.
Sabine's not on this list? All right, 39, Moff Gideon.
Okay.
Overrated to me, but he is important.
He is important, sure.
Fine. 40, Rose Tico.
I think Rose getting the same.
Fine.
Yeah, she's also getting the same.
The Finn treatment.
The Finn treatment, yeah.
Deserve more, fine. 41, Grievous.
I think Grievous should be higher. He's a super cool character. He is.
But he's just cool, though.
Yeah, doesn't cool. I mean, how many cool get you pretty far in life, doesn't it?
It does. Also, if you incorporate the Legends backstory about the Kalish and everything, I'm better with that.
He was, then I'm thinking about it, like some of these, he was only in one movie. He's only in some,
Okay.
Still.
Okay, there's something
super
in there.
Cool villain.
Yeah. I put him higher. 42, of course, Thrawn, indefensible.
Yeah.
Absolutely defensible.
This is a blasphemy.
Oh, God, this is a rough go. Kanan at 43. He's at least, he's above Sol, Kino Loy.
Yeah, for sure.
I put him about 10 spots higher. Rex at 44. Go, just burn it all.
Rex is a iconic character as well.
The clone?
Like, come on. Like, when you think about the clones, yeah. Captain Rex of all.
Nope.
Yeah, too high.
Unbelievable.
Definitely not high. It needs to be like down here at 24.
24 would be good. Yeah, around Finn, Jabba the Hutt. Put him there.
Gosh. All right.
God, 45. Hey! Yeah, shut up. God. 45 Babu Frick.
I don't understand this. I don't understand this next one. At Admiral Akbar, iconic character.
46.
Iconic character. 46. I think that's a fair assessment, I guess.
Yeah,
I think it's a fair assessment. Yeah.
Same thing as I'd say with Holdo at 47.
Yeah, they're kind of
might be an honorable mention, but like She is a major part of episode 8, and I don't mind it. But again, the fact that we're missing Sabine, we're missing Hera, we're missing Hera over Holdo. No,
Yeah,
that's wrong.
right.
And I got anyone listening and watching this, do not say that Holdo's a bad character because of this. I love Holdo. I think she does a wonderful job. Laura Dern's a saint, but Hera's better. K2SO at 48. Reminder. BB-8, 19. K2, 48.
K2SO is a head and shoulders literally above BB-8. So I think
he
so,
is.
yeah.
Quite literally. 49, as you mentioned, was Neil. Doesn't love you, buddy. Don't belong on here.
Nah.
And then who's 50? Who rounds out the list?
Asajj Ventress should have probably got a better spot.
Probably.
But she was, mainly a Clone Wars character, so maybe she didn't get as much love. But there are some characters on here that did not make the list that should have made the list.
Yeah, so notable snubs. We got Hera and Sabine, I think, are unforgivable. I think that is ridiculous.
Correct.
They've done so much. No Bail.
Captain Phasma. Where is Phasma?
Phasma's not on there. That's it, because she is pretty loved by those. No Hux, which I get that.
No Hux. Well, I don't know.
Also, Kylo Ren's on there, but no Ben Solo. God, that Anakin Vader thing's so stupid. That's so dumb. Also, I'll say it. A Jar Jar should be on this list.
Yeah, Jar Jar is like people know Jar Jar. That is an iconic character, whether you hate him or you love him, right? Yeah.
Yes. Then we have some other cool Jedi that aren't, like Plo Koon's not on here.
Yeah.
Again, not a lot of characters. Again, mostly just cool.
I'm trying to pinpoint some other ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some, especially in the shows and stuff that we're missing. I don't know. It's a weird list.
It is a weird list.
They got it out of us. This is the most crash out we've ever had on the show. So thanks for sticking around, everybody. Let us know what you think the biggest misses were on this. Cause man. Yeah, BB-8 at 19 and Babu Frick at 45.
Frick.
Thrawn at 42.
God, Thrawn at 42. That's gonna kill Star Wars lovers that are just how in the hell. So whatever. I hope they're not just going off of what's on screen, because that's what I feel that this looks like. To be honest with you.
Yeah, there's so much more, man.
So what they made us. They put a good list together. I think it's only one person that probably did this, and they didn't.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm doing it. Here we go. Great.
No, don't put that out. It's already pressed in. It's already pressed in. Yeah, it was fun though. That's fun. It's fun to go through it. I'll tell you that.
We'll keep going through these, y'all. We'll keep going through these. So let us know what other lists that come up. We'll be doing more of these rankings and stuff, and any other stuff comes out, we will be happy to crash out for you. But no worries, everyone. That we are in a little bit of a slump for Star Wars right now as far as new content, but there's so much stuff that's coming out other than rankings list. Tomorrow we have the deluxe edition of Revenge of the Sith, which we previewed last week. Make sure you go pick that up. Next week, next Tuesday, we got The Last Order by Kwame Mbalia, which is coming out, which is a new young adult novel about Finn and Janna. Next month, we have Master of Evil, the Vader book by Adam Christopher. And, of course, we have all those announcements we talked about today.
Yes.
Tons of stuff coming up.
Send
us, make sure you stick over.
Send us the pictures of your books coming in the mail tomorrow. I hope they are all pristine, because mine is coming via Amazon. I hope that it's in a box with bubble wrap wrapped around twice, because I don't want anything scraped up. I don't want any frayed edges. I don't want anything. I want this because this book is going on display. So I hope it looks pristine.
Well, good luck. I hope. I hope.
Just gonna frisbee that thing in my front door. All right, take a picture from the truck.
All right, well, keep your fingers crossed for Wes's book, everybody. Let us know how yours go, and we will keep that party going. Hit us up on Instagram, X, all that good stuff. But my friends, on that note, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Youtini Show. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week to catch you up on all things going on in Star Wars. Until then, make sure to go to youtini.com, follow us on all the socials to make sure you're caught up with all things going on in a galaxy far, far away. And until next time, may the Force be with you.